Timothy Treadwell was a wildlife enthusiast that went his way into remote wildlife areas to record wild bears alone most of the time. When I learned how his story ended, at first I was intrigued by morbid curiosity about how it really could have went and what really might have led to this and could it have been avoided. But later, when I started watching his posts, like the first nature recording videos, I saw that he was an enthusiastic guy. That, no, he could have lived. And I started to feel a little bit of like sadness inside that we lost him. He was a enthusiastic guy about nature. I think Treadwell was searching for freedom, his own freedom from civilization. I think he wanted to feel like a free human in somewhere where nobody judges him. Maybe he wanted to escape. Maybe he wanted to be somewhere where his mind was at peace. Maybe he was searching for a challenge. It is hard to say what he was searching for, going all that way in Alaska and spending time with those bears up close. I personally believe that he loved nature, judging from the videos he recorded. In every video, he was just so enthusiastic about what he was doing. He was telling the bears that he loved them, that he will protect them, that he would even die for them. So, about the enthusiasm, I have no questions at all. Was a very enthusiastic guy about bears and wildlife. Now, what more could he have searched for? Was probably a thrill, I guess, to come so close to the most powerful predators on land is not something every human could do without any weapons, just coming up close and trusting yourself that you will keep it going well. I think he was searching also for some kind of a challenge, maybe some kind of a bravery test, or he was maybe an adrenaline junkie. Who knows? I cannot judge because there are plenty of people who really like adrenaline and get addicted to it. Need more and more, making situations more dangerous as they go. About what he was trying to make himself believe in there with those bears, what kind of story he was telling himself about them, is he probably thought he could become one with the bears, maybe make the bears believe that he is also a bear. It looked like that because he was spending days with them, like with his family, like he would be with his own household over there, like the bears would be his brothers, sisters, his friends. He was just spending time with them up close, friendly, and talking to them and even touching them, all the stuff, and camping with the bears together. So, I think the story he was telling himself was that he can befriend a bear, that he can become so close to them that bears would not see him as food anymore. I think this is what he was trying to tell himself from the start. That's my opinion. Now, the point where his admiration turns into reality denial, I think, is actually from the point that he decided not to bring any kind of self-defense in there. Like, coming close to bears, if he at least had bear spray or a gun, it would be more understandable as a risk that you can actually take. You have a chance of surviving. Now, when you don't bring any kind of self-defense and you completely remove the scenario of the bears actually attacking you, when you trust your belief 100% more than reality, that I think is when it turns into denial. When you completely remove the possibility of you being attacked by a bear and bring no self-defense. Now, about his mistake that led to his death, I think that the mistake was ignorance. He did not listen to warnings. He continued doing what he did the same way that he did. Maybe even some kind of I can't say arrogance because he looked like a nice guy, but he just completely wanted to bend reality and trust his own mind more than how life really works. He put his mindset above. He put his mindset above the world order. Because as I said, when he completely removed the possibility that bears could attack him, that's when he made a mistake. If he would have kept that possibility just a little bit, that would make him carry self-defense, and maybe all of this could be avoided. So, ignorance and too much confidence in himself led to this mistake, in my opinion. About the bears. Were the bears ever safe with him? I actually do not believe that. Because I heard that he stopped some poachers, but really, could the poachers completely annihilate all bears in Katmai Park? I don't think that's possible. There are rangers that are doing their jobs, troopers. And for one guy without any kind of weapons coming there and claiming that he could protect all those bears, I don't think we could believe that. I think the bears were never safe with him. And he was never safe with the bears, as much as he tried to believe it. It was an illusion. Now, when I was alone in the forest, I did night walks without any kind of self-defense, only a flashlight and a phone. I recognized a part of Treadwell's mistakes. There were moments when you feel that you should stop, that you should go back, because you have an instinct of survival, that when something becomes a threat to your survival, you start to feel it a little bit, instinctively. That's what we evolved to feel. So, in the forest, when I felt something was wrong, or when I encountered wildlife that showed signs of aggression, I turned back.